What is going on, all of my ETC hodlers? Hodling now for the gains in the future, and trust me, there will be plenty of gains in the future, but for right now, we're pretty stagnant, down 3.25% as we speak, actually trending downwards. We'll probably be up a similar amount tomorrow, but don't be alarmed. This is a long-term buy and hold, regardless of what the rest of the crypto market is doing or stock market. This is a great investment, and at least you know you are not buying into the hype. There is essentially zero hype with ETC, but the fundamentals are there to support a much higher valuation. If you do ask me, ETC is worth in the hundreds of dollars right now, if not $1,000 right now as we currently speak. So it's only a matter of time before the market starts to recognize this and catch on to ETC's value. Now, with that being said, before we get into it, hit that like button for me, as well as comment down below and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. The more people we can educate about ETC, the better off ETC will do. So I do greatly appreciate it, guys. But getting right into it, like I said, ETC down 3.13% right now at $67.29, actually trending down, and we hit a low today of $66.78. So it really hasn't moved all too much today. We were at a high of $71.11, and that was up 2.36%. So not too much actually going on right here. I've kept my position the same, looking for a good average down. If we do go down to that $50 mark, that is my magic mark to start averaging down even more. I'll get a 50% average down, so that is where I do feel comfortable. Still with the same 28 coins at 5.97% of my portfolio, down 32.44%. I am not worried or concerned whatsoever. Now, as far as the short data on Ortex, and this is one of the best software platforms you can get, if not the best platform you can get for data, and I just don't know why it doesn't update the short interest more, but I'll give you guys a quick rundown if you didn't see the last video. So the shares on loan 7 days ago was 25,000. Now it is currently at 38.7 thousand, and that's a 54.8% change over the past 7 days. So shorts are definitely loading up quite a bit. Days to cover 0.06. That's essentially doesn't mean too much in the sense with a low volume. How long would it take for all the shorts to cover? It wouldn't take very long. So the cost to borrow is at 7.4%. That's not really too relevant. You have to know that's the interest paid by people that are shorting the stock to actually short the stock. The utilization is 10.26%. 13 days ago it was higher. So that's basically the amount of shares that could be shorted. 10.26% of those are shorted currently. So nothing too crazy to see there. As far as the hash rate, I'll reload it to get a more accurate. It's 26.30 TH/s. Pull it out to the 1 month, it's just pretty stagnant here as well, dipping down to about 22.5, and really most days sitting at about 26 to 27. And this is good because we have a lot of safety on the ETC blockchain right now, and I don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon, and this is a lead indicator signaling we are going much higher in ETC. That is why I like to keep track of the hash rate. If this starts to fall, the security starts to fall of ETC, and the less people think it'll be worth more in the future, because you wouldn't mine a cryptocurrency if you thought it was going to be worth less in the future, and that is just a simple fact I think we all can agree on. Now, as far as Ethereum Classic's Twitter, this was kind of funny, so I just want to tell you guys. Ethereum Classic is right about cryptocurrency monetary policy. ETC 210 million, Bitcoin 21 million, and Ethereum Burr, like the money printer, Jerome Powell money printer, right? Hopefully you guys understand that, but they're just saying that's the limit. So ETC is most comparable cryptocurrency to Bitcoin by having a fixed limit instead of other cryptos. The only thing for institutions to really invest in on a mass scale is ETC and Bitcoin for a store of value. So ETC is more of a store of value than actual utility. Even though it has more utility than a lot of other cryptocurrencies, it's more of a store of value comparable to Bitcoin. And I won't argue with that whatsoever, right? I don't think any of us will. But looking at one of the biggest news headlines, I did call this out in the last video, but it's pretty much the biggest thing you guys should keep mindful of as crypto investors as a whole. So it says thousands will descend on Miami for the world's largest crypto conference. Is the hype real? It goes on to say basically that a lot of famous people are going to be there, 50,000 to attend on the county for Bitcoin 2021. Headliners include Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, legendary pro skater Tony Hawk, and a cavalcade of crypto gurus. Kicking off Thursday, the event is already sold out, and Mayor Francis Suarez has also been to the forefront, pushing Miami as a crypto hub, announcing incentives to turn some parts of the city's finance over to Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice right now. Just bear with me. That's pretty much it. The governor has been talking about actually letting people pay their taxes with cryptocurrencies. So that's more adoption, and that's better for the overall crypto market. So I don't think any of us will complain there as well. As far as the technical analysis on Webull, we are under our 200-day moving average, which is currently at $70.67. So we're a little bit under that, and we're actually just broke under our 50-day moving average, which is currently at $67.08. We are at $65.88, trending downwards right now. We're hitting our first resistance level at $35 as we speak, actually. So that'll be interesting to see if we bounce off of that or if we continue to fall under this. Our next support level is at about $62.19, unless we develop one in between here. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I still do think ETC is due for a bounce, and that is just my opinion. There has been really, really low volume in the cryptocurrency markets, and if we just pull it out to the the Ortex data again, you can see that the volume has completely just went away across every single crypto. You will see it in here. I think a lot of capital is going to stocks like GameStop, a lot of other hype stocks. They're just fluctuating away from cryptos, and cryptos go in cycles, right? So you see big volume spurts, you see little volume, medium volume to lower volume, and then a lot of volume, and then trend down, and then eventually we will get that volume back. And the thing with ETC, you don't have to see a lot of volume to see a big spike. Now, this is the trust, the ETF, but you could see during this spike, they only had 3,452,000 in volume. So if we get something similar to that, which is on the low side, if anybody endorses ETC or people start accepting it as a form of currency with businesses, anything like that, we will see a huge spike in price given just the low volume we've seen overall. After all, if you want to be a successful long-term investor and make a lot of money, follow one rule: be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Now, I can't 100% say I follow that rule because I am in AMC, but that is way different than any other situation we've ever had. So that's a little bit different and way off topic, but this is a time to be greedy when others are fearful. I am more than confident of that. Once the hype does return, you want to be selling the hype, not buying the hype. So with that being said, let's take a look back at the technical analysis. Just to reiterate, the $60 level is a key level to be watching for, but the 50-day moving average as well, that currently sits at $67.08. If we can, or $67.08, if we can stay above that, if we could pop back up above that and remain above that, that looks really good. If we break out past $70.67 with some good momentum velocity, the MACD starts to look good, as well as the RSI. We could be due for a breakout, like I said, to about at least $77. I still think we are due to go back there. We are almost consolidating just as long as we did at $77, so that's not particularly a good thing. So I do think we will see a bounce soon, but I don't think we're going back down to our lows at about $40 unless we get some bombshell news. So worst case scenario, I look at it right now, is you're going to lose about 50% of your investment if you have a short-term outlook. If that does happen, you're losing about 50% of your investment, maybe about 35%, because this was $40. We're at 67. So yeah, you might lose about 45%, somewhere in between that range. Rough math here, so stick with me. But that's worst case scenario if you have a short-term outlook. If you have a long-term outlook, there's no way you will lose money in ETC. I'm talking long-term as in 3 to 10 years or even longer than that. I still think long-term 3 years is not really long-term. So that's basically it for the technical analysis. I do want to point point out the crypto fear and greed index. We are at 23, which is extreme fear. Yesterday we were at a 20, which was extreme fear, and the lower this is, the more fearful people are. So it is coming back to a more normal level around the yellow to green to greed, which seems to, have been the normal level before we started to get Elon tweets and China news. That was just really reiterated old news that we already knew about. But last week 22, yesterday 20, now 23. So it is going back up, and I do expect more people to flock back into cryptos, but this could take a little bit of time. We're not going into an extended bear market, maybe a sideways market for a couple months, but I do think that is like worst case scenario. I don't see the crypto market just heading downwards and staying downwards. That, quite frankly, is not going to happen in my personal opinion. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you guys got anything useful out of it, hit the like button for me, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I pretty much respond to every single comment, and if I miss your comment, if I am late to it, I do apologize. I usually try to get back to all of them that I do see. So if I missed it, I didn't see it. But if you guys want to be part of the buy and sell alerts as well, we've been killing it over there, absolutely destroying it. Then check that out, link down below in the description, as well as get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want using the link for public. No deposit necessary to get your free stock, so it is literally free money, as well as you can link a debit card or credit card instead of linking your bank account. I know that's a pain, so check that out if you guys want to. With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Be prepared, never scared, and until next time, keep hodling.